Composed of 7,100 islands, the Philippines is home to 100 million inhabitants. Like all young countries, the Philippines continue to chart its course. But as human history dictates, this road is never wanting in obstacles and unwelcome sacrifices. With resources concentrated in urban and mainland development, island provinces on the outer edges suffer outbreaks of discontent from this imbalance, oftentimes with violent results. Facing this dilemma was a group of medical practitioners whose callings led them towards a path less taken. The island province of Tawi-Tawi, located at the southern tip of the archipelago.
Hesitant initially because of the stories and information noted about Tawi-Tawi.
Siyempre, ang daming mga comments about this area. Mostly negative. Yun ang impression ng lahat with Tawi-Tawi.
I usually gather teams fast, probably in 2 or 3 days. In this case, it took probably almost a month to really gather everybody.
And gather they did. Led by World Surgical Foundation Philippines or WSF, a band of surgeons, nurses, and specialists joined a 23-man mission to serve in Tawi-Tawi, the heartland of ethnic conflict in the country.
My parents said, siyempre be careful, pero tuloy pa rin. This is my work, this is what I do. This is what makes me happy, this makes me fulfilled. I'm excited.
Fear and excitement covered volunteers boarding the plane. But 200 miles away, this fateful flight carried the remaining hopes for a family of 4. This is Bajau fisherman Jonathan Mateo. He and his family live in an island 4 hours away by boat from the nearest hospital in Bungao town, Tawi-Tawi. His wife suffers from goiter. His 6-year-old son Jeremy has undescended testes. And worse, his 10-year-old daughter Benisa was also born suffering from anorectal malformation. Her burning condition already cost the girl a decade of early childhood memories.
Kasi may mag-ano doon galing doon sa Buwan, Dok. Narinig namin na may schedule dito sa Bungao, mga operasyon. Sabi nila, pupunta tayo sa Bungao tayo. May operasyon. Oh, saan ba tayo? Kahit wala tayong pera. Pero sabi nila, doktor, libre eh. Oh, kaya nakapunta kami dito, Dok. Sakay kami ng lansa pupunta ng Bungao.
Already resigned to their fate, Jonathan gathers his fading chances to the coming WSF mission. But unknown to him, 23 determined individuals landed in Tawi-Tawi that day. Upon arrival, more and more indigent cases came forward. Case screening immediately began at Datu Halun Sakilan Memorial Hospital, host facility for the Tawi-Tawi surgical mission.
When we started to announce the services that they will be offering, a lot of people came in for their services. The number of patients tripled, so they brought with them more than 20 specialists with the different fields. They also brought in supplies, and I am amazed they also brought in their own medical equipments. We are happy because we don't have those equipments here.
A day and a half after unpacking and preparing supplies and equipment, the surgical mission was underway ahead of schedule to accommodate belated but equally compelling cases.
These surgeries are very complex, and with the stories of the parents and of the patients who have waited almost 10 to 15 years for these surgeries, I think this makes this mission very different.
And I hope that this will be not only the first, but there will be a second, and the rest of the missions will be conducted not only in Tawi-Tawi but in places here in the southernmost part of the Philippines.
As in most instances, risk is a factor missions have to face. Among others, electricity is critical in rural operations, and Tawi-Tawi is no exception.
When we don't have a monitor, we have our nurses. We can check all the vital signs. No electricity in the middle of the operation, we can do it because we are trained in the rural area.
From hair lip to goiter, to hernia and colostomy, the World Surgical Foundation performed a total of 142 major and minor procedures in 4 days, a new record for the mission.
A lot of difference. I have been here for the last 20 years. The difference is beyond words. We cannot express it.
Given the lack of surgeons and specialists willing to serve the province, surgical practice is a rarity in Tawi-Tawi, where unspoken gratitude are often the most gratifying return.
I was in the operating room, and when I saw that, even the surgeon was so surprised because the patient reached out for the surgeon's hand and then kissed him in the hands.
With supplies from World Surgical Foundation, post-operative care is also extended to ensure recovery.
Doing surgical mission, it's a calling actually. Particularly those people who are not from Mindanao, service to God, service to my people, at the same time, service to our country.
As days wore on, concerns on local security have all but faded. Travel advisories against Tawi-Tawi were inaccurate reflections of day-to-day conditions in the municipality of Bongao.
Everything is normal, just like you being anywhere in the Philippines. There's probably too much hype of what's going on, and it's not fair. They deserve a fair share of medical care from missionaries.
There are still a lot of patients here left that haven't been given the services that they need. I'm requesting the World Surgical Foundations to come back again for the next round of missions. And also, they can teach us, our doctors, to do the procedure so that we have the sustainable capacity to proceed with the mission.
And as the Tawi-Tawi mission drew to a close, a new life begins for beneficiaries. They all return to their communities with a renewed sense of hope, knowing that sometimes humanity can be as close as 23 daring souls away.
Our country, Philippines, we are a third world country and we need help. For us, it's just an ordinary surgical mission. To them, it's a miracle, and only God knows how happy these people are.